I hope you are well and having a beautiful day so far. Welcome to another episode of Allison's Eats. I am so excited for the meal that we will be making together today. We're gonna be making some black-eyed pea falafel, which is so good. I have loved falafel for so many years. It's one of my favorite foods actually, but I never even, thought to make it myself because I thought it would be too tricky, too complex to make, but thankfully I proved myself wrong and it is just such a beautiful dish. I love Middle Eastern food, so I really think it's such a wonderful option, especially for any vegetarians out there. So excited to share that one. And then we're also going to be making some garlic naan, which is another one of my favorite foods and just things to make. And garlic naan just pairs well, or naan in general pairs well with so many different meals. I love to make it whenever I make veggie curry, but it's also great for just other soups to have on the side or with my bootables and just dipping in hummus. It really is the best. So excited to make that, and I'm also so excited and thankful to be partnering with Our Place for today's video. I adore Our Place. They are a brand that just strives to make cooking more enjoyable, simple, and just joyful for home cooks everywhere, and I own every single one of their products and love them all. So excited to share more. And they actually just released a knife collection that is so premium and lovely, and this gorgeous walnut cutting board, which I just have to show you immediately because it's just that beautiful and functional. So we're gonna be cooking with all of their products today. I love these knives for so many reasons, but one of their coolest things is their patented pinch grip. So you know exactly where to hold it, because sometimes I feel like it can feel awkward holding knives, but they have this perfect little spot for your fingers to fit perfectly, and you put your finger at the top so you can get chopping, and it just feels really natural and safe and seamless. The knives are also made with premium stainless steel, so they really could not be sharper and sturdier. And another thing I wanted to highlight about the Our Place cutting board is this juice trench right here. So it's kind of at an angle, and then you have this nice trench so that you're not making a mess and have, lemon juice, onion juice, whatever kind of juice from your food just seeping onto the counter. So I think that is so innovative and super helpful, especially if you're like me and you like to try to keep your kitchen clean as you're cooking. The black walnut wood, of course, is beautiful, but it's also really functional because they help to keep your knives super sharp, and it helps muffle any chopping noise. As you can hear, of course, you can still hear me chopping, but it's not super loud and making all these little click-clack noises. I'll share more about how wonderful they are as we get chopping and prepping and cooking. So let's get to it. We're gonna start with the garlic naan because it does have a 1 hour rise time. So just wanna get that going, and then we'll get started on the falafel. As always, I will have the recipes and all the ingredients you need for each component of this meal in the description. But to get started on our naan, we're gonna combine the water and the sugar and the yeast. And once it's all combined, we're just gonna let it sit for 5 to 10 minutes, and then until it's kind of nice and bubbly, and then we'll move forward with the rest of the recipe. Okay, while our yeast mixture is settling, we can get started prepping all of our other ingredients, which of course includes garlic, since we are making garlic naan. And whenever a recipe calls for garlic, I always double the amount of garlic because I am just, a garlic lover. So the recipe calls for 2 cloves, but I have 4 cloves because the more the merrier in my eyes. And I'm gonna be using my Our Place paring knife to chop the garlic. Look at that beautifully bubbly yeast mixture. Now we're just gonna combine the rest of our ingredients. dough is rising, we're gonna get started on our falafel. And like I mentioned, it is a lot easier than I anticipated. Essentially, what we're gonna do is we're gonna just chop and prep all of our ingredients, and then you just combine it and then roll it into little balls and fry it. So it's a lot simpler than one may think. And we're gonna be making this black-eyed pea falafel from this cookbook that Brandon and I picked up while we were visiting New Orleans. That's one of our favorite things to do whenever we visit a new place, is to grab a cookbook as a souvenir that kind of reflects the local cuisine. And you probably wouldn't necessarily think of falafel as a southern dish, but it actually says here that this recipe incorporates ingredients common to the South while also nodding to the Lebanese communities in the Mississippi Delta. So I think that is really cool how it kind of combines ingredients that you might find in that region, in the southern region, but also nodding to the different communities and cultures that have called that place home. So it's really such a delicious recipe, and I already prepped my black-eyed peas, so we have them here. You're gonna wanna soak these overnight, so you can buy the dry black-eyed peas and then soak them in water overnight and then just rinse them so they're all ready to go for this recipe. I'm cutting with the everyday chef's knife now, and it is amazing. Just such a great kind of essential knife that you can use for so many different things. I also love how this cutting board doesn't slide around as I'm chopping, because I've had that as a problem in the past, but this one stays nice and put. Okay, we've got all our ingredients stacked high in the blender. I love how colorful it is. We are gonna have plenty of falafel for days to come, so I love that because it's great for leftovers and some quick lunches. But we have our cumin, our curry powder, our red pepper flakes, kosher salt, freshly ground black pepper. Smells heavenly. And I just took a little peek at our naan dough, and it has definitely risen quite a bit, so excited to finish that up soon as well. Okay, we have our mixture all ready to go. It looks like a healthy, thick green juice. I love how just jam-packed it is with a ton of different spices and goodness. So now we're just gonna roll it up, and the recipe actually calls to fry it in a pan with oil, but I actually tried to fry it in the air fryer and it worked out really nicely. It didn't necessarily keep the perfect round shape that's, you know, classic with falafel as it would if you fried it in oil, but it is a healthier option and equally as delicious in my opinion. So we're just going to use the air fryer and try to get it in the best kind of ping pong shape we can. And I'm going to put them in the air fryer at 370 for 10, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to change the temperature. At 370 for, let's see, let's do 9 minutes and then we'll check on them. Okay, our first round of falafel came out quite nicely, if I do say so myself, and I've got a second round in the air fryer now. And now we're gonna pop back over to our naan bread. It's risen quite a bit. It's looking quite puffy and fluffy over there, so we love to see it. So we'll work on that soon. I'm gonna use my always pan because with The naan, you actually divide it into little balls and then you flatten it and then you heat it up and cook it in a pan. So you don't bake it at all, it's all done in a pan, so it's really, really neat. And this is my favorite pan, by the way. It's also an Our Place product, and it is the most functional and beautiful pan you will ever own. It is non-toxic, non-stick, and you can use it for so many different things. So I love this pan, and it's perfect for creating the most delicious garlic naan. So let's go work on it. It's almost taking up this whole mixing bowl. It did a fabulous job rising. So let's take it over to the island and divide it up. Okay, we've got our skillet all ready. So basically I'm just going to add in my naan, which I rolled out, and I'm just going to cook it on medium-low heat and just give it a couple minutes. And once it starts bubbling, I'm gonna flip it over. Still cooking some naan, but I could not wait to have some because it's all nice and warm and just smells delicious. So I'm munching on some with some hummus, and there really is nothing better. So delicious. Okay, we're wrapping up, so I'm gonna plate my meal now. I think I'm gonna do kind of like a little sandwich with lots of veggies and some hummus and yogurt. And I'm using my cutting board as like a little serving dish, and it's very beautiful. So I think that's the plan. My mouth is watering so much. It smells heavenly in here. And a squeeze of lemon juice on top. Look at this culinary masterpiece, and we have tons of leftovers, which is always a great situation. Well, if you like what you made. Okay friends, we've come to the end of our cooking journey, but of course we have to do a taste test. When I first made these falafels, and the past couple of times we've had them, I've eaten them in a falafel bowl. So basically I just take some rice, some lettuce, Greek yogurt, hummus, and a bunch of veggies and just mix it all in a bowl. And that's a really fabulous way to enjoy the falafel. But today I'm switching it up and I'm gonna try it in our naan. So I'm gonna try it all together. A fusion of flavors. It's gonna be a big bite. Oh. I gotta wash my face off after that big bite, but that is so delicious. I really hope you guys enjoy it as well. If you are looking for like a quick and easy lunch option or kind of a meal prep idea, I really believe falafel is such a wonderful kind of idea, especially if you're kind of bored of just sandwiches and the same old, same old. It's more of a unique food option and meal option, and the bowls, adding in the rice and the lettuce is super, super quick if you kind of just do it all ahead of time. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this meal as much as I do. And my husband, Brandon, he has never liked falafel in the past, but when I first made this and every time after that, he has loved it. He will make it, he'll pull it out of the fridge himself and heat it up because he just really, really enjoys it. So I hope you guys love it as well. And thank you again to Our Place for partnering with me on today's video. Of course, I'll have all of their products linked in the description so you can learn more and shop any items that you're interested in. But thank you guys so much again for watching this episode of Allison's Eats, and I cannot wait to see you super soon.